This is an Ampersounds production.
I am really excited for this one. Today's guest is Harry McKenna, aka Padel with Harry. We talked about all sorts of today's conversation, including his battle with addiction, his journey to sobriety, and how Padel helped transform his life. Harry's been blowing up on YouTube and on social media. He's one of the fastest growing channels in the industry. Blinding conversation. I really think you're going to enjoy this one. My name is Marcus, and this is The Boast.
For some reason I feel quite nervous though.
Yeah. I mean, my first one was it's rolling now, and
Sweet.
My first one was with Jake on just Sunday actually.
He's such a nice fella, Jake.
He's so nice, but I've never met him before, never spoken to him before. I just randomly messaged him on Instagram, and I've messaged a few people and they've not got back to me, or they've said, "What's the podcast?"
Yeah, of course.
I've got 5 followers. They go a bit cold.
Yeah.
But he was well up for it, and that was my first one. I was nervous because my background's in producing theatre.
Yeah.
So I've been a creator for a while, but it's always behind the scenes. This is my first time actually being on camera.
Yeah, no,
it's like a different
difficult,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah. you got the camera tax, right?
Mate, it was hard when I first started. I feel like it's getting easier.
Yeah.
I don't really think about the camera no more. But once you, let me just put it into perspective. If I was to organise to do one shot for a 30-second clip,
yeah,
I know full well if I mess that up 3 or 4 times, I'm going to mess it up 30 or 40 times. But then there's some things when your blood's pumping and your adrenaline's running, sometimes that's the best time to just do it. I do loads of things in one take when I'm doing something, but when I actually go, I can drive in the car the whole way to a paddle club and know I've got to shoot an intro and say whatever I've got to say I could say it 20 times in a row without stuttering.
yeah,
And then the minute the camera comes up and I'm like, welcome back. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but look, it's like practice makes perfect, you know what I mean? But I'm enjoying what I'm doing at the minute. I think it's rewarding in the fact where I'm doing a lot of games with people that I can't believe I'm playing with, like Jake. Jake said, "Oh, I'll come on the channel and I'll play with you," and I couldn't believe it because, mate, who am I? I'm just an average player who plays way too much paddle. I've got 2 kids. I haven't got the time to be a full-time paddle player, even though I ain't got the ability to be either.
yeah.
31. I'm not really the fittest fella. I'm fit, but I'm not as fit as these boys running around with no sweat.
I mean, I don't know. When did you first get started playing paddle first? Did you start there?
About 3 years ago, I was in Dubai, and I stayed at the Alcazar on Jumeirah Beach, and my brother-in-law and his mate were out there, and my other brother-in-law, we said, "Oh, have you ever played paddle?" I said, "I don't even know what it is." We went and had a knock at 6 a.m, and we had such a laugh because we were all playing tennis on a paddle court. Don't even realise there's glass.
But you had a
courts.
racket sport background before.
I played a bit of racquetball and squash with my dad growing up.
Yeah.
Played a bit of tennis in the summer with a group of my mates that I grew up with. But
Like
we are
holidays
all
kind of
proper
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Don't get me wrong, my dad was really high level racket. So he won loads of competitions through squash and racquetball, and he always used to hit balls with me. So I feel like my hand-eye coordination is good. I've always been really good at table tennis.
Yeah.
But when I started playing paddle, I immediately thought I was better than everyone. That was my level. And I thought, I'm quite good at this. And I've got such a big addictive personality, like I've told you before. So when I started playing, bang, got hooked, come back, started playing at Waltham Abbey. It was an outdoor club. And throughout the summer, we was there every day for 3 hours. This was when I never had any kids. And then obviously when I had my first little girl, obviously, by the way, everyone, I don't drink. I'm 4 years sober. But for me, when I started playing paddle, that was the massive change for my addictive personality to not worry about going back to drink or filling that gap with time.
Yeah.
I used to fill all that time on a Friday, Saturday. Instead of being down a pub, I'd go down to a paddle club.
Yeah.
Be with like-minded people that love the sport. It was like really, it was like something that sort of saved me in a way where I thought like, this is such a good sport that you ain't even got to be good to love it.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting better. I love it even more. Don't get me wrong. I got humbled the other day when I played with some high-level players and I had the riot hump. But someone said to me, I think it was Ben Oakes, he went, Harry, why have you got the hump? Like, you're playing against someone who trains 5 days a week and they play all over the country with no pressure. Like, not being, like, rude to me, but, like, you don't train. You just play. So like when he said that to me, and we did take it to the wire, we had a really good game, but I just felt really out of my comfort zone. And that's where you've got to really learn your level and not fit. Like I always tell my mates that say like, oh, I'm sick at paddle, I am so good. And I say, listen, we all think we're good.
Yeah.
But you wait until you come across someone who is actually red hot. Like,
but you are good. Like, and like, if MK Paddle's like signature shot is that side glass boast, yours might be letting it go through your legs, coming off the glass and getting off. Like you've got good movement, you've got good hand-eye coordination. How did you learn to like trust the glass so much?
I don't know, you know. I think just all of the hours that I put in, it's only when someone said to me like, the glass is your friend. And when you play it, like I used to play the David Lloyd, and the glass in the David Lloyd Chigwell is so bad, it sort of taught me that you have to get really low. You got to be you have to anticipate that ball. And when I started playing at like proper clubs, on proper courts, all of the shots when I did leave it off the glass, the ball bounced loads more. And I thought, well, this is actually a bit easier. So I let everything go. But now I'm sort of learning in this transition of trying to become a better player, that even though you can leave a lot of things off the glass, there's times now, like Louis was telling me to like block an easy ball on the line and then follow it in. And then he was showing me about the Chiquita off the glass because I'm so in my way of how I play. I really, really fucked myself up by playing probably 250, 300 games of paddle before having any training. Right, so I immediately got bad habits. And bad habits are so hard.
So hard to break.
Because I haven't got the time to train. The minute I go and have one lesson, I might use that knowledge for like 1 or 2 games. But then you get in a match
you don't want to lose. So
I'll shit myself. And I think like I have to go back to what I'm comfortable with, 100%. Which is play a lob. But when you're playing against people that just go kick smash, you're just like, oh no.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I haven't been playing for very long, but from day one, since I started playing, so I had no racket sports background.
Yeah.
I started doing coaching, just like group coaching. So Louis is the coach in my club.
Nice.
So that's where I get most of my coaching. And I've been playing like since July last year. And there's players that started at the same time as me, and they're like levels going up. They're playing much better than me, but they've got such terrible technique. And so like long term, like in a year's time or 2 years' time, I know I'm going to overtake them because I'm going to have the good foundations and good fundamentals. Yeah. Because you don't want to be unpacking like
mate, even me now, habits. I feel like my addictive personality on the court of not wanting to lose because I'm very competitive, that wins me games. Like, my technique is terrible. Don't get me wrong, listen, ground stroke, off the glass work, it's all very good. But when it comes to playing a real Vibra or a Bandeca, I'm so in one speed all the time. It works to my level. Like, don't get me wrong, some people class themselves as advanced players and I'll go and batter them. And people will be like, you're really good. And I'm like, mate, I'm not. It's just that it's understanding your level. Like, people say there's a level on Playtomic or Paddle Mates 1 to 7. I honestly believe there should be a level ranking from 1 to 100 because it fluctuates so much. Where I'll give you an example. My mate joined a game on Paddle Mates and the fella reckoned he was a 4.5 and my mate's, I think, a 4.75 and he's ranked 4.75 at Stratford. And then when he see the fella, he went, oh, I recognise you, mate. And he went, oh, yeah, did you play at Stratford? And he went, yeah. And he went, what rank are you at Stratford? He went, I'm a 2.5. My mate just went, well, waste of time. Yeah. So, like, look, not to put bad energy on these, what they call booking systems, but what they need to actually do is have a levelling system in place where people can't just play the same group of people over and over again and nick points off each other because, like, they should see that. Like, at the end of the day, like, there should be some sort of grading thing, because it's not, I've never ever played really an open match. One time I did join an open match, I turned up and it was with some 65-year-old fella, and I thought, bloody hell, like, don't get me wrong, he was a decent player. He shocked me.
Paddle Dad could give people run for their money.
He's unbelievable,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He beat me and my other partner the other day. I do blame you for that, Jack. When you watch this, I blame you, Jack, for making me lose to the Paddle Dad. No, I'm joking. They played really well, him and Peter Green.
Yeah.
Peter Green was really, really...
Unbelievable player. Yeah.
He's solid.
He's my age as well, so he blows me out of the water. 'Cause I'm 40. I think he's about 40, isn't he?
He trains all the time.
Yeah,
though, mate.
he's
Like,
fit.
He's done Bewley and Chelmsford.
Fit. His fucking veins popping out of his everywhere because he's so
mate,
lean.
He is so good. Like, but look, this is what it is about the sport. If you put the time and effort into the training side of things, you can become an unbelievable player. But like for me, I got 2 kids, bro. Like, even with like my YouTube channel, I know I am never going to be a top player, yeah, but I'm just trying to put myself under the pressure. I'm an average guy that's running on 5 hours sleep most of the time with 2 kids. I've got 1-month-old and a 2-year-old. Fucking hard, mate. You got kids, you know what I mean? It's not easy.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go up against someone who's like 19, who's ranked 15th in the country, that don't want to lose to me on the channel. They're absolutely pelting balls at me. I'm thinking, oh my God, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love it because I'm addicted to that. I can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give it my all. Don't get me wrong, my all ain't good enough. But some things work, you know what I mean? And that's why I love paddle. You don't have to be the best. You can just go on there and surprise people. Like, I feel like I surprised Jake when I played him at cross court.
Yeah.
Like, he was a bit like, bloody hell.
Yeah, you did well against him in cross court, and you had to get the rematch, didn't you? Yeah.
I done all right.
That ran him close there.
That was mental. Like, I thought we was going to get proper done. Don't get me wrong, I had Callum Ward, big him up. He's like 60 something in the country. Such a nice fella as well.
Great player.
And he's the nicest, like, he's just the nicest geezer ever.
Yeah.
Like, what a pleasure to share the court with Callum. Like, as a partner, every time he missed, don't worry, mate. Like, because you are only as good as your partner, especially mentally on a paddle court.
The mental is like the most important thing. Like, I was speaking to Louis Harris about this the other day. It's like, I come from a sporting background, but all of the sports I've done, firstly, they're all quite stationary sports. Things like powerlifting, climbing, where you're not moving about. So it hasn't really translated that well. But secondly, they've all been solo sports.
Yeah.
So my mental toughness is really good when it's just me.
Yeah.
But like, as soon it's like...
Relying on someone else.
It's relying on someone else.
Yeah.
And but also it's when it's like, when I make a mistake, I'm really hard on myself because I feel bad for them.
Yeah, of course.
And if they weren't there, I'd be able to let go and just move on because I'm only letting myself down. It don't matter.
100%.
Like, and I haven't been able to unlock the mental side of it for myself yet. Like,
you just got to... What I've realised is you don't have to deep anything. Like, don't put yourself under too much pressure. This is a game of faults, the way I look at it. Like, at our level, it ain't about who hits the best winners. I always used to try too hard, hit the ball way too hard, and try and kill the point when it don't need to be killed.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going at that level above, they know that I'm the weakest player, so they don't even try to attack me. They just move me around. And that's what I've brought into my game with my group. And over the last week, the boys are like, mate, since you've been playing with them, you're playing unreal. And I'm just thinking, I'm not. I'm just making more balls than you. I'm just like returning it a little bit easier, just taking a bit more time, playing freely. But the minute I go up that level, I feel under pressure. I'm tired. I'm thinking I need to kill this point because my fitness ain't great. We're in a 20-shot rally and they're just letting it through their legs, playing the log.
Yeah.
And they're playing to my weaknesses. But when you understand that, see like where you are and where your partner is, I've always said you're only as good as your partner mentally and physically. Like, if your partner is got his head in the sand and he's playing shit, don't obviously tell him he's playing shit. You
Yeah.
have to say to him, don't worry, just make balls and let's get going. Because momentum's a massive thing in paddle. The minute your head drops because your partner's, let's say your partner misses and you have the ump that your partner's missed, because it happens, especially when you're good friends and you play. Like me and my mate Jack, sometimes his head will go, not because of me, because of himself. And then I'll have the ump that he's got the ump. And that energy clashes on court. Next thing you know, you lose 6-0. against a team you should be beating.
Yeah.
But it's all because your head's dropped. Like, but I've played against someone whose head is so positive. I've been 4-5-0 down, and we've come back and won 7-5.
Yeah.
Because it's like, don't worry. Like, don't worry. Don't matter. And even if you lose 6-0 or you lose 6-2 and you think I'm out my depth, don't worry.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like even like the top player, like the Premier Padel players,
mate,
like
that happens. I've seen it.
Yeah, like
loads of
Tapia and
times.
Coelho lost
Yeah.
like 6 to
And the other day,
Galan, yeah, it happens.
LeBron
and
you know what I mean?
Hausberger, yeah.
They lost 6-0 the other day. I even reposted it and just said, don't let, like, even the top players lose 6-0. It's because they're having a bad day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everyone has bad days. I might put my bad day down to not having enough sleep and having 2 kids. Do you know what I mean? But even the kids of today, like, there is so much pressure on these young boys as well, by the way. Like, we all see all the Jake and, like, I played with Ollie Hayday. These are young boys, and I forget that these boys are young and they're trying to make this their full-time career. And I respect the fact that they're putting the time and effort in.
Yeah.
It's such a hard career because, mate, there is so many players out there. Like, I've always said, the way we're brought up with a football at our feet, the Spanish are brought up with a racket in their hand.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they're bred differently.
Yeah.
Like, the way they play. I went out to Marbella and I went, I'm going to go down to Real Club Padel, have a lesson with this guy. And he goes to me, oh, Harry, he went, how long you been playing? I said, oh, I've played about a year. I've played about 200 matches this year. Like, I think I'm pretty good. I start playing with him and he goes, you been playing paddle? I went, yeah. He went, you don't play paddle? Like that. Oh, we was creasing. It was like 7 a.m. I was thinking, this geezer having a laugh. Like, I'm going to fucking strangle this geezer.
Yeah.
I've given him €100, you know what I mean?
I mean, the sport's kind of different out there, isn't it? Like the way they play, it's just like it feels like
Really high lobs.
yeah,
like,
especially because it's like so many players over here are transferring over from like tennis, squash,
Yeah.
whatever. Whereas they're not.
They
over
play
there.
proper
They play
paddle.
proper paddle.
Yeah.
It's almost like a different sport, but at the same time, sport's kind of evolving towards that like faster, heavy,
mate,
big
it's
smash
definitely
game.
faster here. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'll do a bit of training at Ilford on a Tuesday, and they've started bringing in these young, like really high level tennis players. And mate, and spins my head because I'm like playing, wait, and they go to it a smash, and then they just absolutely shotgun smash it.
Yeah,
I'm like, fucking hell, like this is mental. Like, these geezers are playing so fast. Everything's just an aggressive chop volley. They're trying to tag you straight in the chest, and I'm thinking, God, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
But when you play proper paddle, it's like dancing on a paddle court. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone can load a kick smash up at that level, but you don't see the tennis players doing it the way the paddle players do it.
yeah,
I actually think the tennis players are so aggressive with great hands. They're probably going to be like the next high level people
Yeah,
that are coming up the
100%.
ranks because their hands are so good.
100%.
Nice, sick though. Like, I've still got the love for the sport. Like, even though I take losses all the time, and
So let's talk about you're doing. You said you're trying to improve now. You're playing against these better players.
Yeah.
You're also a coach yourself.
yeah. So I've just took on a coaching gig at Country Padel, doing like the beginner, improver, intermediate, and sort of low advanced people. So doing group coaching at Country Padel in Ware. I think you can book that through Matchy. That's another like booking system. I start that on Monday. And I'm looking forward to it. I've already given, last year I started coaching. I've done my coaching course with Dan Troy in
British
Ipswich.
Padel Academy.
That's it, the British Padel Academy. So I got accredited by them last year, and I took a coaching gig in Romford at Padel for Everyone last year. And I was just doing one-to-ones and team coaching. And then I'd sort of come away from that a little bit because it was an outdoor club, weather in England, shit. Couldn't get enough consistent work. I run a car cleaning business. Like, I'm busy. Do you know what I mean? Especially now I've got kids. I've worked hard in my years to be in a comfortable position to be like, right, I'm going to invest a nice bit of money in myself, go for this YouTube channel. And obviously, as you can see, like, I've got a full production team with Vast Media. They do all of my editing and stuff. And I've put a lot of time and effort in. Obviously, I'm only on 8 episodes, but it's growing. It's growing at a nice rate. I'm quite happy with how we're going.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Like how did you first get started? Because working in Vast Media's only really happened this year, but you didn't create. I noticed that your first video was 17th September last year on Instagram.
Was that when I done my coaching video?
Yeah, that was when your coaching video, which was also the day my son was born. So
Oh,
while I'm busy fucking in the hospital, we were out grinding, hustling.
Nice.
So you got your first video out there, but you were editing and filming yourself then, right?
Yeah, so I bought one of them DJI Cosmo Pocket 3s.
Yeah.
I used to put it up, film the game, pick out the best clips. But then like loads of people were saying, oh, this fella only puts out the best clips of himself, and got to the point where, look, how many views you're going to get on highlight reels like when I'm not the best player? And I don't really know. I sort of always wanted to be in this paddle industry because I love it. I've been looking for a club for like 9 months. I've had 3 clubs at, what's it called? Head of Terms.
Yeah.
And I've had 3 estate agents. We've had no luck basically. But for like the last 6 months solid, we were really close on a big one. And me and my partner gutted. It was sort of like a make or break for me, because I've raised a bit of money, had all my money ready to go, opened up the paddle account, like everything was there, ready to invest. And then another club actually stole it off us because they already had a club open in the Midlands, and where we were a new business.
Yeah.
The landlord just went, we're going to go with them. And I was just like, you're joking. Like, but look, this is just a part of my story. Yeah. People don't see the things that go, like, you don't even understand how much time and effort, even for me, even though I have an editor for videos, I still have to proofread it, like not read it, watch it, go through, cut out anything. Then they got to do all like the swearing because YouTube don't like that, and I am a nightmare with swearing. Like, it's all new to me. I will become more PG in a way, but I don't want to be, because like,
you want to be yourself.
I want to be myself. I ain't really got anyone to like tell me off. Obviously, if you're like a top player and you want to, I don't know, if like loads of people are watching you for a specific reason, I don't want that audience. I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? I'm me, like me or don't follow me. I don't really give a shit. Like, I think this is just my story. My dad had 2. I love my life. I love playing paddle. You know what I mean? One day, hopefully, I've actually got I've got a club pending, but it's nowhere near head of terms. We're in an agreement at the minute with the landlord with a planning application. Fingers crossed, but I've had enough of getting excited.
Yeah.
Because I would put all my time and energy into getting my own club. And when I failed, it made me depressed. And like, even at home, my missus was like, Harry, you got to stop fixating about getting a paddle club, because it's ruining you every time you get a knockback. And it was, and then it was affecting everything to do with my day-to-day life. Like, if I got bad news from an estate agent, or even the littlest thing, if something went wrong, then I'm like, fucking, I'll walk on paddle court, I want to smash my racket. But it's all underlining stress issues. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where now I'm sort of like, I'm in a good place. I've just took this coaching gig. It's decent money. I've obviously got other businesses that make me money. I'm comfortable. Yeah. I've got nice savings. So I'm just in a position to sort of lock in with the...
And you're like investing in yourself.
Yeah, I'm investing in myself.
You brought in someone to do your videography and editing now. How's that sort of like relationship come about, and how's it going? Like, you've blown up. Like, it was only 4 weeks ago you released a video being like, I've just reached 2K subscribers. Now it's you're already like gone to 6K.
Yeah, I know. It's flying. But I feel like, do you know what it is? I feel like with the whole subscriber thing, I feel like when I first started, people were like, oh, this geezer's just like another fella, like, who's just doing stuff. But then I'm trying to just put my own spin on things.
Yeah.
Like, even now, I'm trying to improve every single video. And even I'm at the point right now, and I'm thinking, I'm going to run out of these good players to play with. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make this more of like a crazier channel than just being whole paddle games. I want to bring in like doing like forfeits and challenges, even if it's not with the top people in the country, even if it's with a group of my mates that are all really, really funny geezers. I'm talking, we'll have you in stitches. If there was a camera throughout my life over the last 10 years, I'd be famous already. I
mean, I've seen some of your videos, and some of the best performing ones are things like you did like the spin the racket and then smash the ball.
Yeah, like that was,
and you collapse over the net.
That was the one
that,
like... Yeah, of course. But I'm talking more of like high quality videos. A little bit like what the Sidemen do.
Great,
Like 4 mates go on holiday, go and play paddle. If they lose a paddle match, they got to, I don't know, do a paragliding thing, I don't know, or jump out of a plane. I'm going to take this channel to another level of this geezer's a nutter.
Yeah.
Because I'm a thrill seeker. I've always been like an adrenaline junkie. Like, I love the fact that I've got a channel now. Even me, when I watch it back, I'm thinking, I'm getting bored of this same stuff because I always want things to be better. And for the subscribers and for me wanting to blow up, I don't want to just be another geezer who's traveling around playing paddle. I want it to be like, what's this fella doing next week? Like, if he loses this game, or who's he going to play and beat? What are they going to do? I want it to be like, and then I can drop like previews of what the challenges are going to be. Obviously, I'll have to ask the people that are playing,
Sure, yeah.
will you be open to these sort of challenges or forfeits? But I know loads of people that will.
Yeah.
Be like the jackass of paddle. Like, I know it's crazy when you think about it, but no one's doing that. And that's what I want to bring.
Hi, I just have a quick favour to ask. If you're enjoying this video as much as I am, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out massively and allows us to keep bringing these fantastic videos for you. Now, let's get back to the conversation. Like, it's such a growing scene. There's always enough room for you to like find your own niche in it.
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
Like, and carve out what feels unique to you. Because like there is a lot of people who just like upload gameplay of their matches. And like some of it's not very good and then they're probably not going to blow up. And some of it's like really high level.
But
it's
even
like,
the people that are really good, like what guarantees you of them blowing up?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, listen, everything Padel Actico, they are like the biggest in the game. I can't replicate what they're doing because then I'm just copying them.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that either. I don't want to be a geezer who just copies people. That's why I'm trying to bring in my videographer to try and bring like really, really high quality content. But now I'm even thinking like, yeah, I've done a few good videos and I'm proud of the videos that I've done. But like, I watched my latest one that's not even out yet, and I was thinking like, for me, as someone who's watching it, who's filmed it and done it, like, how many more of these can I do and make it like better every time? Like, you physically will run out of it being really good.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to bring something crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether it's me and 3 of my pals having a game of paddle that we're all good level, and if we lose, we're going to do some crazy, like, I don't know, I said to my pal the other day, like, listen, do you reckon you can beat me? And he was all like, I'll beat you 100%. Like, we're having banter. And I'm like, all right, say no more. Loser's got to go down to Mayhem paintball, and the other team gets to like do them with paintball bullets when they're running across the thing.
Yeah.
But, like, all shit like that. Like, we give it. Like, sometimes we'll play for big money.
But then you can make like a video of the gameplay and then a video of like the forfeit.
That's what I
and it
wanna
like
do.
expands out what you're doing.
Exactly. Like, look at some of the people that have absolutely killed it in like YouTube, like that #Brady. Geezer just goes around just causing carnage on holiday. Geezer lives the best life in the world. He's got millions of subscribers. He's got loads of things off it. Like I want to utilize my platform for business opportunities anyway. Like, I'm a businessman at heart. I'm just doing something I love, and now I'm trying to evolve with what I feel like will blow up.
Yeah. So you say you're a businessman at heart. You've got the sponsorship came in quite early with PDH Sports. You reckon today.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and how's that helped you?
Do you know what? So what happened? He actually messaged me when I blew up off that video. When I think I got like 700,000 views off the one when I spun the racket.
Yeah.
And he said to me, like, oh, are you open for a phone call? And he said he's never really done this before about the sponsorship side of things with, like, someone who ain't a pro player. But their marketing manager, he was really, like, pushing the fact that this is quite a good route for people to see me wearing their stuff because I am the average player.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that get sponsored are pros, yeah? But at the end of the day, I'm just an average player that is relatable. And don't forget, I do a bit of coaching. So like when people, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. I'm always at a different paddle club. I'm always wearing their stuff. It's good for them. It's good for me. Don't cost them a lot of money. Like, we're all helping each other.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, like, in time, I'd like other bigger No, to be fair, let me say this now. Like, another opportunity's come from that. They ring me the other day. I done a video at Bewley, was wearing all the Technofiber stuff with all their branding on. And then they reached out and said, like, we're going to fly you out to Alicante to one of our events. They're paying for my flight, hotel. I was like, bloody hell.
Yeah.
I said to my missus, like, sorry, babe, I know the baby's 3 weeks old,
Yeah.
but like, I've got to go to Spain. It's
Yeah.
like sort of becoming like a job, filming content, which for me is like a dream because that's why I'm not really stressing about the camera because I'm doing something I love. If you was to tell me to go on a TV program and act, I'd say, mate, you're having a laugh, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can't do things like that. I'm just sort of like, stick a camera on me, let me do what I love, good or bad.
Yeah.
And the beauty of having an editor is you have the power to put out what you want.
Yeah.
Because half the time I'm effing and blinding, smashing my rackets up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. Like,
when you're gonna do a collab with Mojos and Lloyd Source on, I see them on your Instagram more than I see Padel.
Listen, I've been going to Mojos for 6 years, near enough every day. But since I've had the baby, obviously I live like 40 minutes away from there. It used to be in my daily routine. Like I used to get up, my missus, my little one would go to nursery. I'd go there. I'd have my breakfast on my own. I'm very like that. I'm a creature of habit. I like to have the same food. It's like even before a game, I will eat a specific meal and say I played well the other week because I ate that.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm just really superstitious. Like today, even this morning, I had the ump because I couldn't get like a proper meal in me. That's why I messaged you, so I'm going to be half hour early.
Yeah.
Because now, obviously, I'm training at 2. After we've done this, I will go to Mojo's and eat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how my brain is programmed. Like, and then I will be happy. It's the littlest things for me makes me happy, but it's like the normal.
Do you know what it is like for me? Because I'm the same, and maybe like we'll talk about it in a bit, like about like the addiction side of things. Because I think that's like an addict's kind of brain to have that regularity. But like, what I also kind of realise is because I'm the same. Like I go to the same cafe, I go to get lunch at the same place, I eat the same thing most of the time. Is that there's also like you build up like a little pockets of community.
Yeah.
You know, then people know what you
100%.
eat or how you order and all that kind of stuff. What your table is and that kind of stuff. I fucking love that shit.
To a T. I walk in, I have the same table, I have the same coffee. They know I'll have a large bottle of still water with ice and lemon, with a cappuccino extra hot. And I don't even have to ask for it now. So that like feeling for me when I walk in, like they'll put me on the same table, they'll just bring over my stuff. And that's just like what I like. Yeah. I've even got that in a cafe near my house now because I'll go in there and have the same thing. And if I go in there at a different time, they'll still expect me to have that. And I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm not having that today because I'm a little bit late.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I have a chicken wrap at 10 o'clock in the morning sometimes, but if I go there at 8:30, I'm not having that.
Yeah, I hear it.
I'll have a breakfast, do you know what I mean? Or an omelette. But they'll expect me to have what I have it every day. But it all depends what time I turn up. But it's funny. But yeah, like creature of habit, it's definitely down to the addiction side of what's in my brain.
Yeah. So let's talk about your addiction. Like what prompted you to go sober?
So from like the age of 15, I used to go to New Bar, Loughton, Faces, I had a fake ID, partying all the time. And don't get me wrong, I do not regret anything I've done. Like I used to just be like a proper live wire, the loudest man in the room. Do you know what I mean? But the loudest one in the room is always the weakest. Do you know what I mean? That's what I believe. And I've lived my life like that for, 10 years? Maybe longer. Like I moved out to Spain. I lived in Ibiza. Just got corrupted with drink, drugs, party like every single day. Didn't even know what day it was every day. And even when I come back from there, I sort of like, you just don't really know like what life is until you sort of like take a deeper look in the mirror. And I was overweight. I was 17.5 stone. Like I'm now sitting at 13 stone. COVID was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. I know it's mad to say that.
So around the time you were still...
I was still drinking.
Yeah. Right. I guess that's like the beginning of the end.
Yeah, definitely. Because like, mate, I remember I was a bad gambler. I was a bad gambling addict.
Gambling was bad for me as well.
Gambling's the worst. I'd say that's probably worse than drinking drugs.
100%. People don't... I say that to people as well. And like I've spoken on this podcast before, but like I'm also sober. I've been sober for 12 years. And gambling was like also a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And I'd say like my darkest times were always because of gambling rather than
100%.
drinking.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just like, it's corrosive, like addiction.
Mate, gambling is one of the worst things anyone can do. Like, it even got to the point when, even when I was to win, I did not care. Like, I did not even care about winning. I only used to get a buzz when I was so far down, I was chasing to get it back.
Yeah.
That was the only time I was like enjoying it. That's how you know you're ill. Like,
Yeah,
I lost
yeah.
nearly 30 grand in 1 month. I had to break down to my mum in her front room and say, like, I have got serious problem. Like, and the maddest thing is that gambling spiked at its highest the minute I went sober.
Right.
So then I had a bad 6 months once I went sober into a proper gambling degenerate in the bookmakers, hitting buttons, playing fruit machines, laying football bets, like lumping on anything I could. I'd be in the pub, sober as a judge, but I'd be stuck to a fruit machine. I'd put £300 in a fruit machine that the jackpot's 100. Like, make it make sense. Like, but it weren't about the money. Like, I worked so hard over the years to save up such a big amount of money. And when I went sober, I felt so good that I feel good in myself. I was just destroying myself with gambling because it was a buzz that I was craving.
Yeah.
It's the addiction. Like, I used to buzz off getting a bit of gear, having a drink with my mates, but you wouldn't be gambling like a degenerate because you're busy, focused on other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So when I took away the alcohol and I was sober and everyone was like, Harry, you're doing so well, I was secretly like finding that buzz in gambling. But that didn't last long, luckily, because obviously when I found out we was having our first baby, that's when I actually broke down and said, like, I need to change my life because if I don't change my life for my daughter, you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
And like, even now, someone to say to me, like,
So was it around the time that you found out you were going to have your first?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
You decided to not only go sober because you'd already been sober.
Yeah. But
the
to stop the
on head as well.
gambling, I rang the helpline. Like, I'm banned from every bookie and casino in the country.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't have any of them cravings now. Like, even if someone said, "Oh, listen, I know I've got a tip. Stick 500 quid on it. It'll win you 2 grand, and it's guaranteed." And even if you said, "I'll cover it for you," I just wouldn't do it because that will trigger me into doing something like that again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, gambling, definitely the worst thing in the world. But like, going back from before I went sober, I was never really like a drug addict. I just used to love having a bit of gear when I was drinking. Like, and I still don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know, obviously, look, I don't know how PG this thing is. Like, this might be for adults only if this is on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It must be.
Yeah, it will be. But yeah.
But like loads of my friends, it's anything social is not a problem.
Yeah.
It's when it gets dark. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never used to want to go home. I used to want to stay out all night.
Yeah.
I used to want to fucking...
And that's the thing, like, you know, I got sober when I was 28 and, but like, my worst was probably like when I was more mid-20s, like 25, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I ended up attempting suicide. I ended up on the
crazy.
streets for a little while, you know, like gambling was a really bad thing. And I kind of clawed my way out of that while I was still drinking. And the reason why I stopped is because I felt myself sliding back towards that again. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to get out of it again. And
that's naughty.
I'm going to kill myself. Like, I ride motorbikes. I used to ride my motorbike. Do you know what I mean? Like mad stuff.
Scary shit, mate.
And like, but for me, when I first got sober, like there was such a big void in my life. Like without even realizing it, drinking had become like a big part of my personality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like going out, getting on it, like everyone could bell you up and you know, they'd always know you're the one that'd be up for it. Like no matter what day it is.
Yeah.
But it's the dark times. Like when they all go home and then wake up the next morning with a bit of a hangover, getting on with their lives, I'm like at home depressed and anxious and not knowing what to do and being like, maybe I need to get on it again. Just like,
of course.
But like, I really found that finding stuff to replace that became like really important.
Definitely.
For me, you know, like sport, friendships,
100%.
building community, all that kind of stuff.
Mate, you say about friendships, like, I ain't being funny. I used to have 50 people in my phone I could ring to go and have a drink with. Now I've got 3 people in my phone that I can have a coffee with.
Yeah.
And that is a little clip because that is just a brutal honesty of how your friendship groups will change when one, you grow up, and two, you just be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
People don't want to see you doing good. Like, that is the harsh reality of life. Like, I used to have so many people that would be like, well done, mate. And then people say, do you know what he said about you the other day? Geezer thinks he's better than us because you don't drink no more. But that same person commented on my sober post, really proud of you, mate.
Yeah.
But then behind my back, you're saying, no, the geezer thinks like he's better than us because he don't drink. Yeah. Like, to me, I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking after one thing in my life here, which is my family. And because a lot of my mates don't have families, they don't realise the love that you have. Like, I don't want to ever go back to that person. Like, I was never an alcoholic. I was never ever a drug addict. I just done everything in moderation, took things a little bit too far. Like, where I don't want people to look at me and be like, because I never done rehab.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that. Yeah, I just really locked in. And like I said, COVID was quite good for me because I realised, like, what am I doing? I was playing poker online, getting out my nut, drinking on FaceTime to my mates. And it come to a point where I'll tell you the story of what actually made me stop.
Yeah, please.
I went to my local pub and we was all getting on one. And I had a really funny turn. I felt really ill. And I said, like, and that's not like me. So I went home and I went to bed. I woke up the next day and I used to smoke weed every day. And I woke up, my normal regime was have a bit of breakfast, have a spliff, sort of just go about my day. And I felt absolutely written off from the night before. But I went home at 10 o'clock, which is early for someone like me.
Yeah.
On a Friday night. I walked into my mum's, at these times I was living at my mum's, and I opened a can of Coke because I felt so fucked. I thought, let me have a can of Coke, try and get some sugar in me. And literally, boom, it was like my heart just stopped and I collapsed. Full 17.5 stone geezer, laid flat face on the marble floor, split all my face open.
Yeah.
You can probably see the scar.
Right, yeah,
My
I can see it,
face
yeah.
glued back together. But my poor missus and my mum, they thought I would just drop down dead of a heart attack because they knew. But you can't change anyone. Listen, your mum and dad know everything. Like, if you come in and you smell a smoke, they know you're smoking fags. It ain't a bonfire. Like, they're not stupid. Do you know what I mean? I used to say loads of things. Oh, my mate was smoking weed in the car. That's why I smell a weed. Like,
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you are a parent out there, like, get on your kids, do you know what I mean? Like, make sure they're not ruining their lives because, not to say my mum and dad didn't try and stop me doing anything because I was masking everything well.
Yeah, but also, like,
You need to learn your own way,
you need to learn
right?
your own way.
Do you know what I mean?
You're ready when you're ready. You know,
100%.
like, there's a saying I've always liked. You just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's like how I felt.
Mate,
like,
the way I was in life, no one would ever have changed me. Like, you could not have changed me. I'd only resented you if you tried to stop me.
Yeah.
I had to learn my own way. So then, cut a long story short, I get rushed to hospital and I've come around by now, but I'm fuming because my face is hanging off and I'm holding it together with a big towel and then they've got to, like, sew me up and stuff. And the main reason why I've got the hump is because I haven't had a joint and I'm angry that, like, my face is fucked up and I can't go back out. And that's how my brain was programmed.
Yeah.
And then the doctor went to me, like, mate, you had a close call. Like, it weren't a heart attack, but something got blocked and it knocked you out. But this is because of your diet, you're 17.5 stone, you're sniffing drugs and you're drinking 50 pints a week and you're smoking weed. And I was like, right. But I felt so sad for my missus and my mum because they looked at me like they can't believe I'm sitting here alive because they thought I'd died. And then I said to the fella, do you know what, I'm going to stop. Not even thinking I was going to stop. And the geezer looked at me and he went, yeah, I've heard it all before.
Yeah.
I sort of looked at him and I thought, what? And you see my addictive personality's kicked in and I'm like,
I'll fucking show you.
I'm going to show you, mate. Yeah. And from that day, I walked out and I said, I ain't doing it no more. And everyone was a bit like, all right, listen, you definitely need a break, like, from going down the pub and everything. And I was like, no, watch. And I'll tell you what, from that day, I have not touched one drop of alcohol, not one drug.
Yeah.
Like, I've been sober ever since. And I thank that geezer. I don't know his name. And, but, mate, he probably saved my life. and it's made me the person I am, because my missus would have never had kids with me with the way I was. I was an absolute waste of time. That I was the funnest man to be around.
Yeah, I hear it. Like,
but I was a proper wanker, you know what I mean?
Like, I feel blessed. Like, I met my wife when I was already like 7 years sober. You know what I mean? But like, we just wouldn't be together if she met me the man I was when I was still on it. You know what I mean?
Like half my mates are single. I look at them and I think, do you know why you're single? It's because you're an absolute fucking waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, but it's true.
Yeah.
Until you become that best version of yourself, everything will start happening for you. Not to say change what you're doing. Everyone live your own life. If you work hard and your release is going to have 4 or 5 pints and blow your hair off, that's fine. But it's when you do that every single day, don't concentrate on anything apart from getting fucked. And that was the only time I had fun. Like, mate, the funnest times I have is when I meet up with a few of my mates and go to a beautiful restaurant up London.
Yeah.
And eat really good. And the bill's cheap because you're not buying alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're eating the best restaurants and it's £100. Well, you go and drink there, it's £300 a head. It's long. You can't do that all the time. I'll go out all the time. People say, have you got money to do that? I say, because I've asked for a bottle of water when I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm having a fillet steak for 45 quid. But if I was to order 6 JD and Cokes at £20 each, that's another 120.
Yeah.
Like, it's the little things, do you know what I mean, for me? Like,
and do you think paddle helped in that sort of like
Definitely.
journey of getting sober and getting
once
clean?
I found paddle, that just like elevated my fitness. I lost loads more weight. I started like feeling more confident, and then I just sort of like become proper addicted to that, which is the best addiction for me, because a couple hours a day, going down the club, having a coffee, having a little regime before I play, do a bit of stretching, socialise with my mates, go and have a steam and sauna after. That is sort of the hours you would normally spend in a pub.
Yeah.
I'd now spend that there. And when I come home, I'm present. I feel tired because I've trained. You wake up the next day, you feel great. Like, so you repeat that process, do you know what I mean? Like, get addicted to something that is going to benefit your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like I said before, drinking ain't bad in moderation. Like, all my family drink. My missus drinks. I go out for dinner with her. She'll have an Aperol Spritz. And if we're in a bar and club environment, like I went Ibiza with her last year sober. We went to Leo's. She's lagging. Bottle of wine. But we're all up having a blinder. I'm having cappuccinos at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But that's just what I like to do. Some people say, how do you do that? I just say, because I don't like who I was. Even though I did at the time when I was that person, but I don't like that version of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it. So you're now a reformed man, and you're
a reformed man.
You're a dad. You just had a new baby.
My dad of 2 now.
Yeah, how's that going?
Fucking hard.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'll say
How you
that.
found time to do a new dad? Like your second's like what? About
two and a half
months?
now.
Yeah, 2.5 months.
Yes. No. My first, is 2.5, and my newest baby is 4 weeks today.
4
'cause
weeks.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
So she's 1 month old.
Yeah, so 1 month old. So how are you finding time to do all of this around being a new dad?
So take my little one to nursery Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then from nursery I'll go and then train to get my mental fix. My missus knows that, and she has the baby for them hours, and then I'll be home in the afternoon. On a Friday she'll stay at her mum's. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
That gives me Fridays to myself, which is a blinder. I've dropped the kids there this morning. I've come here. I've got a busy day ahead. On a Tuesday, her mum will come and stay with us
Yeah.
to give us a break
Yeah.
and like to get a good night's kip. Listen, I'll take my hat off to my missus. My missus is the one who does all the nights and stuff. I'll try and do from like 8 o'clock till 12
Yeah.
to give my missus them 3-4 hours. But then in the night, when I hit my head, it's the pillow. I know she's dealing with a baby. I will sleep. That is why I'm still get up and go. But listen, you have broken sleep. You have kids. If you can't handle like your own life when you're looking after yourself, then don't have kids. Because it ain't fair on them. You have to be present. You have to be a good dad. Do you know what I mean? And for all of the women out there, mate, I'll take my hat off to you. My missus is indoors some days with 2 kids, and I'll be there on my own. If my missus goes to the shop and I've got them 2 kids, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different ball game with 2, you know?
Yeah.
Like, having one was still hard, but having 2, and mate, she ain't even fucking moving around yet. Wait until she's running around.
Yeah.
I'm going to be grey, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's stress.
And I guess like, cause your eldest, she's still not old enough to be able to help out fully.
No, she does
She's
though.
still like,
Yeah.
she's still probably learning like
she
what it
is.
means to be an older sister,
definitely,
and figuring out
yeah.
those things. I'm
Yeah.
sure she's like great and she
she
loves it
is.
and things like that, but she's still got to learn it, right?
100%. Like, we put all of the stuff at the bottom of let's say this is the chest of drawers. At the bottom drawer will be all of Macy's bibs and muslins and stuff like that. And let's say I'm in there giving her a bottle. I'll say to my eldest, go and get the muslins or the bibs for Macy. She's all like, yeah, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got to include them. Do you know what I mean? So, and it makes them feel good. And she's such a good big sister. It's so nice. They're going to be the best sisters in the world. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Family is everything to me. Like, listen, I love paddle, but listen, family comes first. Do you know what I mean? Always.
Well, I guess that goes on to our final question then.
Yeah.
What's your biggest boast, brag, or thing that you're proudest of, either in paddle or just your life more generally?
What's the thing I'm most proud of? Probably going sober, turning my life around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because without doing that, then I wouldn't be the man I am today. And that's the person I am proud of. Like, when I look in the mirror, when I'm out with all my friends, I look in the mirror and I think, you're doing good for being the person I am today. I'm always proud of myself. And anyone who's trying to better themselves, give yourselves a pat on the back, because it ain't easy. Do you know what I mean? And well done for you for being 12 years sober. That's a massive achievement, mate.
Cheers. Thanks so
No,
much.
it's really good, mate.
Feet around the fucking mics.
Yeah, that's it. Or dodge the mic. Or headbutt it.
All right, Harry,
it's
that's
good.
it. Thanks
That's
very
it.
much, man.
Thank you, mate.
Lovely.
That was really good.
Cheers.